Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We're checking in with our news partner from the Madison Community Montessori School. We have Vicki McCarthy joining us, who is the head of school over there. Vicki, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, Jessa.
Yeah, glad to have you. There's so much I want to talk about. We're going to talk about alternative forms of education today.
Right.
And with all the schooling options out there, there are so many options to families. What do you think is the best time for parents to start looking when they're thinking about fall, the upcoming school year?
It sounds crazy, but this is the time. It starts in January, February, March. These are the peak months for searching for a school in the fall. You're going to see a lot of advertisements, a lot of marketing information out in the mail, a lot of open house opportunities. So this is it. This is the season.
So it's really time to start thinking ahead, and we got to get out there in front of it here.
That's right.
So let's give our viewers at home an idea of some of the options for schooling here in the Madison area.
We are so lucky to live in a town where there are so many educational options open for families. The public school system is incredibly well respected here in Madison, so people may find exactly what they're looking for in their own neighborhood. In addition to that, there are a variety of private schools in Madison. There are a variety of parochial schools. There's support for homeschooling, unschooling, and there's online learning available. So you are definitely going to find the right match for your child here in Madison.
Absolutely. So there's all kinds of choices, and there's families out there who are searching for an alternative approach to learning, something that's a little bit different than what is offered in maybe a traditional or a conventional model. So talk to us a little bit about some of those options here in the Madison area.
Well, of course, there's a Montessori option available in Madison. Madison Community Montessori School is the only Montessori school that goes through 8th grade, so if you're interested in a long-term commitment to Montessori, you'd want to come check out our school. In addition to Montessori, there is a Waldorf school available in Madison. There is a school that focuses on progressive education. There's a school that's a little bit more focused towards college prep, one that's geared towards students that are gifted and talented, one that's geared towards students with special learning differences. So there are really there are schools that match every learning style out there.
Absolutely. And very interesting things. You have taught me a lot about Montessori, and I find it nice and unique that you actually go through 8th grade, which is a wonderful option for parents, to your point, who are looking for a longer term commitment to Montessori.
Right.
For folks who want to learn more about some of these options, what do you suggest?
I think that it's really important to research first, because if you're just bringing your child into the educational system, you want to make sure that it's a good match as soon as you can, so that you can make that long-term commitment with your child in that same philosophy or that same system. So doing your research, whether you're doing it online, checking the school's websites, going to the library, any way you can do that. Ask your friends and your neighbors and your coworkers where their children go to school, and if they have wonderful and positive experiences to share, then you want to explore whether those could be positive experiences for your child as well. And then you have to take advantage of the open houses.
Absolutely. So open house options, what do you think are the advantages there for folks who are able to get to something like that?
It's just, it's a little bit different experience, obviously, than just looking at a school through their website. Getting into an open house, you get to get inside the school building and you get to meet some of the teachers sometimes, or some of the other educational staff. You can get a sense of the school community from being inside the building. You can learn a little bit more about the philosophy, of course, the history of the school. If the open house is held during the day, there are a couple of added bonuses, in my opinion. I think it's great to be able to see the children actively learning, and you can just tell by their expressions. Is it joyful? Are they actively engaged? Do they look happy in school? You can witness the interactions between teachers and students and really get a sense of what that looks like. And is it kind? Is it respectful? And is it the way you hope your child is treated when when they're away from you for 8 hours a day? And then, of course, just the feel of the school, and can you see yourself in that school community? Oftentimes, especially in the private and the parochial schools, we're really looking for families to make a family commitment to the school, and we want to know if you can see yourself being an active member of that school community.
Absolutely. And if enrollment season is coming up, I imagine you do have an open house. When is the Madison Community Montessori Open House?
We do. Thanks for asking, Jessa. We have one coming up on Thursday, January 29th at 8:45. So if somebody out there is wondering if Montessori is right for their child, then they should do a little research on the front end, encourage them to check out our website, and then come on by on the 29th and see if it's right for you.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Well, take advantage of that open house, get to see them in action.
That's right.
And thank you so much, Vicki, for sharing what's going on at Madison Community Montessori School. Our news partner, we're so glad to have you.
Thanks, Jessa.
And thank you for watching. That's it for us today. That's it for Talk of the Town. Please join us next time.